Here and the man of the series in the recent Test series over. Who would like to ask the first question?
Obviously the first question would be that are you looking to replicate the success that you got in India last year in the Test series, in the ODI series as well?
Absolutely. Obviously, different format from the last time we were here. But look, the Blackcaps have played some great one-day cricket at home against England and against the West Indies. So it's a great opportunity to come over to India with a slightly different side. But yeah, to try some success, I guess. Obviously, the dream is to win another series over here in India. But I think the key to that is adapting to the different challenges that we're confronted with.
Well, if you talk about ODI cricket as a 50-over format, maybe, just maybe, it is one of the these days. I mean, Test cricket is there and T20 proliferation of T20 cricket. It is probably one of a marginalized format of the cricket of late. So, from a player's point of view, playing a bilateral series, given that the World Cup is still about 2 years away, motivation or the focus could be a factor.
Not so much the motivation or the focus. I think when you're playing for your country, there should always be those two things. You're right, it is a slightly different format from Test cricket and T20 cricket, and these days you probably play a little bit less as well of this format. But you've got to remember there's still two ICC World events, the Champions Trophy and the World Cup, which has had so much wonderful history over such a long time. So I think from a player's point of view, there's still a hell of a lot to play for, and on top of that, playing in India 3 one-dayers against such a strong side is just an amazing challenge for us, and we can't wait.
Well, just to take that forward, do you think this context is kind of overused when it comes to bilateral cricket nowadays, or it does make sense to an extent?
Yeah, especially with the T20 World Cup round the corner, it is easy to have the series lost in the greater context. But the thing with cricket, it teaches you to be where your feet are, and that's exactly what the series is. It's a great opportunity to be here in the present and to play against an incredible Indian side. Those opportunities don't come around every day, so we're really excited by that prospect.
What would you attribute your success in the Test series to last year? We saw you fill in for Ken Williamson superbly. So, what was the secret for you tackling the India spinners, particularly on some really turning tracks at Pune and then in Mumbai?
Yeah, you're right. The spin bowling attack was incredible, and it offered different challenges throughout the 3 venues we played at. But over the series, there were quite a few wickets taken from seam as well. So it was the great test, really. Think of the likes of the Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj, and we had Will O'Rourke come onto the scene and Matt Henry. There was different challenges throughout, and I think that was from a batting point of view, not just me, of course, the whole batting group. Tried to take it innings by innings, session by session, and we adapted really well to what was in front of us. And we didn't die wondering either. We all had our own game plan in mind of how we were going to score runs and how we were going to put a little bit of pressure back on the Indian attack. And we managed to do that, and we managed to come with an amazing Test series victory.
As a player, was that the sort of the pinnacle of your career? Being player of the series in the 3-0 win over India in India?
You'd have to put it right at the top, I think.
Well, if you have to look at the recent performances, the team had a very good outing against West Indies, but you kind of, on a personal note, didn't kind of fire with the bat. What kind of things did not click for you as a batter personally? And if there was something that you kind of needed to work on, have you put in work in? Is there something that you want to share?
Yeah, you're right. It was great to win that series 3-0 at home against West Indies, but I would have loved to have contributed more with the bat, but it wasn't to be. A 3 one-day match series can come thick and fast, and especially at the top of the order with the ball swinging around and nipping, it wasn't my series. And we'll learn from that. We'll move on, and we're here in India, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to 3 one-dayers in these conditions.
And when you were here last year for the Red Ball series, you had a very extensive training and preparation in terms of facing bowling from Rangana Herath, even Ajaz Patel for that matter. how much does this change when the color of the ball changes in terms of white ball cricket, where you have to be both aggressive as well as a little bit of defensive if you have to describe it that way?
Yeah, I suppose pre that Indian Test series, we had some time in India for a washed out test against Afghanistan, and then we went to Sri Lanka and we played 2 test matches there. So I suppose you could argue the preparation was perfect for that, but the nature of the international schedule these days is preparation isn't always perfect, and you do have to chop and change between different formats and different coloured balls. But at the end of the day, over a long period of time, you build up a toolbox of different skill sets to bring out at different times, and we find ourselves in India, and we've talked about what we need to bring in the series, and it's just a matter of each of the batters bringing their own skills and their own strengths to the table, and being adaptable and giving it a good old crack. It's an exciting challenge, an exciting prospect.
And this New Zealand outfit looks a lot different from the one which took on India in their last meeting, the Champions Trophy final. Kane was there. Some other players are also there. Rachin Ravindra is also missing. Tom Latham is not around. What do you have to say about the young squad that is there right now in terms of the skill sets that they bring to the table?
Yeah, great question. You're right. It is a slightly different team, but one thing that the Blackcaps group over the last few years has had to deal with is different personnel coming in and out. You know, there's franchise leagues, there's personal matters that come up, and it's been awesome to see that the youngsters come into this group and excel and do well right from the word go. So, you know, there's some slightly fresher faces. I won't name them all, but they're all incredibly talented, and they're experienced in New Zealand conditions. So they're all eager to get out there and give it a crack, and they're all asking great questions of the more experienced guys about what works over here and what doesn't, and yeah, keen to soak up as much sort of experience as they can, just having conversations with the group. So I'm really excited to see how they go.
In that
Well,
regard,
sorry.
In that regard, you being among the senior players group, how do you see your role shaping up how much has it changed from the last time you were in India to the coming week or so? How much does your role change now that you're a part of the senior group?
Yeah, one thing we talk about as a group is putting into the bucket as a nice metaphor. So what I mean by that is you're putting in more than you're taking out, and that's expected from everyone in this group, not just the senior players. But yeah, we'll try to get around those young guys who haven't had experience yet in these conditions, and back them to the hills. I mean, that's the main thing is them to know that they've got the backing of their teammates to go out and express themselves and have a great time.
Well, last time when New Zealand were here, that was for the Test series, and if we can rewind to 24 October, November, you won the series 3-0, affected a home whitewash to India, inflicted a home whitewash on India. That was probably the time when the downfall of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli started as a Test batsman, and now they are just a one-format player. But the way they have bounced back, and I don't know if you have followed their batting of late in the last 2 series, sort of second wind. Do you expect that such a second wind was always on the cards, and how do you see them as senior statesmen, as the 2 senior statesmen, not only for Indian cricket, as also world cricket?
Yeah, the 2 players you're alluding to, Kohli and Sharma, are incredible players, and they've been, look at the top of their game in world cricket for a long time. Players that I look up to, a lot of the other players in this Blackcaps group have always looked up to too. So the one thing about cricket is you can't always be 100% consistent. You have to go through the highs and through the lows, and the thing that comes out over a long period of time is class, and those guys are certainly that. So no surprise to me that they've come back and they're out winning games for their country again.
Last couple of guys.